I find that a lot of business owners are a little bit resistant to use video as part of their marketing. Well, I've got two guys here, business owners and entrepreneurs, Matt Brown and Ray Jourdan, and they use a lot of video in their marketing. We've just finished shooting the latest episode of their podcast, The Rebellious Investor. So, guys, I want to hear it from you. Why is video so beneficial to you?
So working in financial services or in a sales type role, regardless of what industry you're in, I definitely think that video is going to be beneficial because it's very personable. So your audience or customers can actually see you and actually get to know you without you actually spending any time with them. So that's how I think video is very useful. It's also very useful to be able to communicate a message one to many. So everyone is time poor these days. We all want to be spending less time working, more time having fun. And video is a good tool to be able to use to do that.
Yeah, I think it's also, when you're trying to communicate or share a new idea or a new message about stuff that you're involved in and being involved in that prop tech space. So the stuff that we're involved with is innovative. And so we're trying to communicate to a wide audience this new thing. And so video is a great way to capture that because you get a lot off the body language, the facial expressions, the verbal, the whole lot. And when you're involved in that new space, people are not necessarily connecting with the product, but the people behind it. And I think it's a great way to capture that.
Yeah, well, people do business with other people.
Yeah.
And a great way to sort of demonstrate who you are is through that video medium.
Yeah.
You touched on time there, Matt, and I suppose you do have to invest a bit of time in this. So is it worth it?
Oh, 100%. So we have seen significant increase in sort of sales and then also ease of conversion of sale as well since we've started using video. And that's because people who are now coming to us actually, like I mentioned before, know who we are through the videos that they've been watching. And it's so interesting when I'm doing appointments with clients and they sort of say, they feel like they already know me because they've been watching me for maybe 6 months, carrying on like a pork chop up here. So they get to understand my sense of humor, who I am. They know about my family. They know about the stories that I've told. So when they sit down with you, that trust level is already very, very high.
Oh, that's right, Matt. You told me the other day about a client that came up to you and acted like they knew you and you'd never met them before.
Yeah, well, they walked up and I said, "Oh, hello, Matthew." And I was like, "Oh, hi." I've got no idea who they are. But they've obviously seen me on the videos or out in the intrawebs. So and so they get to know you. It's hard to get used to that, actually.
I mean, yeah. I get accosted all the time by people walking down the street because they see my video go, "Hey!" I get feedback all the time as well. People tell me how much they love my videos. But no, it is, you definitely see an increase in the level of engagement with people.
Yeah.
Because I think with the video, there is a much deeper connection that you can build. Because obviously there's nothing better than face-to-face, but video allows us to communicate effectively now with people anywhere in the world. And I think it's a great medium to do that.
We've been shooting video content for you guys for about a year now. So why didn't you start like 5 years ago?
So when it comes to content marketing and any type of video, you want to be able to maximize your time. So when we're sitting down creating content, whether it be, it's video content, we want that to be used across multiple different mediums in long form and short form. And the biggest issue that I've always experienced up until now is just getting that all set up and put into place and turned on correctly and working so that when you're actually there doing what you're actually good at, everything else works. So the ability for us to be able to just turn up and do our thing has saved us countless hours. And also the quality. The quality is top notch.
I got to say, my life's changed when I became just the talent and I didn't have to worry about all the other pieces. And so that's made my life much easier, and why, as the talent, I can produce more content now, and that's why I keep coming back.
And it also strokes his ego.
So if you hadn't started using video like this, where do you think your business would be now?
I definitely think the sales conversion would be a lot more difficult because there's so much marketing going on out there. When people can sort of slowly get to know you over a period of time, then when they decide to come and buy or come and utilize some of your services, it's a very short sales cycle rather than before you would have to do many different appointments to actually build that level of trust with those clients. So working in financial services, trust is a very important part of what we do.
Yeah, and I think for me, it would mean that I would have to be spending a lot more time traveling, going around, doing face-to-face communications to try and get across the message or the innovations that, the prop tech stuff that I'm involved with. Where with video, I've been able to accelerate that. I've been able to get that message out much quicker, much more efficiently. And more importantly is that the audience can then also digest it at their own leisure. So when it's convenient for them.
That's interesting because I think a lot of people are put off because they think about the amount of time this is going to take, but you're actually saying this saves you time.
Yeah, it does. I can turn up, like I said before, as the talent, just knowing what things we're going to be talking about or what we're going to try and communicate, and know that you've got a great team that has everything else ready mapped out, makes my life much easier. And I know then that the content is going to get out to the people that need to see it.
And I think video is a really great way to create that evergreen sort of content, which is always going to be out there. So you're going to, that content is out there. People are going to see that when they're looking for it. Yeah. And then those people then come and find you so you can deliver those services. So yeah, I think that video is definitely a great medium for that one-to-many.
Yep.
So where does your video marketing go from here?
Look, I think as much as possible, we would try and have as much video content being created of us as we could.
Yes.
Good answer. So what advice would you give to anybody who is thinking about using video in their marketing now?
So look, when I started using video 10 years ago, I wish I had pursued it and just continued because I would have so much more content already out there on me. And then also I would be so much better at doing video content because I'd have 10 years experience rather than at the moment, we're now sort of just really getting started in the last sort of 12 months. And therefore it's been a very learning curve to actually get good at being on camera because it's a skill set and you can learn to do it. Yeah, it's a learnable skill. So if you're not doing it, you're going to be just leaving one arrow out of your quiver in terms of you marketing.
What he just said. Just do it.
Just do it.
All right, fellas. Thanks for your time.
Pleasure.
No worries, buddy.
Good stuff.